これから私が天に立つ。武力を知れ波動の救助。黒き次終わりだ。落ちてゆくがいい。惑い乱れて砕け散れ。ブリーチブレイブソウルズ。
Alright, what is going on, you guys? This is your bud, the Dash Masher, and welcome back to yet another Bleach Brave Souls tier list video. And today we are going to be ranking every single one of these Link Slot Potion characters. And hold on real quick. Okay, now that's a bit more organized. But anyways, the way of how we're gonna basically do this list is because this video is basically gonna be categorized into multiple tier lists. The first one will be basically consisting of the manual playing aspect for when it comes to doing Inheritance Zone and Inheritance Trials if you use the Super Pot units, but this is mainly more so dedicated for IC. The autoing aspect for when you just don't feel like playing, you want to be carried, and you just basically leave the game on auto. And then we basically categorize every single Link Slot Potion character all together in one list to determine who is the best out of all the Link Slot Potion characters that we have gotten in the game and who is the worst one. So yeah, that's basically how we're gonna do it. So let's start off with the first tier list, manual playing. So this one, we're just gonna basically start off from every attribute and classify them as is. So I figure let's start off with the power attribute. Now for manual playing, I think we can all 100% agree that Rudack isn't exactly the ideal unit to use because she's a flurry character, she has the kit that she is basically meant to have, but just doesn't have guard break, only has 20% bruiser, no long reach. She's great if you don't have any other Link Slot Potion character for power, but is mainly meant to be carried, but can be useful. So I'll say that much. And then up next, we have ourselves, hold on, Kokuto, which is actually a very good Link Slot Potion character. A lot of people summoned for him, including myself, because it's Kokuto, man. He's literally voiced by Zoro from One Piece. He has the Shotgun Blast, 960 in front, and a full screen third, strong attack, weakening on everything. You can't really go wrong with that, and even has Holo Killer. Basically the same one as Rudack. But the one unit that takes the cake in terms of being the best one for power for when it comes to manual playing is this Christmas Toshiro. Why him over Kokuto? Well, I'm gonna basically explain why. For starters, he has a 3k length beam, which is already better than the first strong attack. Now the second strong attack, unfortunately, it's a bit less better than Kokuto because he has the same SA2 as Hikone. But here's the thing, he also has an 1170 in front, has freeze on everything, and even has a chance to inflict freeze without attacking. Basically similar to the Immolator skill, I just don't know the exact name. But other than that, Toshiro is just a better Link Slot Potion character to use for manual playing, and he just has a lot more stuff that Kokuto doesn't have, so there's that. Now tech, okay, I think we can already, you know, say who is the worst one, and that is Kenpachi, because like, he doesn't even have the same kit as Rudack. He has no status elements and even has a stupid freaking plant vortex. Like, obviously you're not gonna have a very nice time playing as this character. I'll say that much. Now the next character that happens to be better than Kenpachi is this Uryu, but that's really not saying much because it's literally comparing a piece of utter turd to just a piece of crap, if you guys know what I mean. Because like, this guy, unfortunately, while he is better than Kenpachi, he was given like a full-on ranged collision kit where he has the same SA1 as Bambi and even has a crawling vortex, but at least has an SA3 with weakening on everything. He's not that crazy good, but he was acceptable upon coming out. It just, I'm not gonna lie, I did hate on this character, but I still think that my hate towards this character is a bit justified. So yeah. But now we're getting into the good technique characters, and up next is gonna be the Christmas Orihime, which is very good as a character, has like 40% Berserker, very similar kit to Kokuto, only difference is that the SA2 does give out barriers and heals, and will basically have a 20-second cooldown, so it is a bit redundant, but what she does bring to the table is very good. Plus, she even has Team Party stamina recovery, so like, you can never go wrong with this character for when it comes to manual playing. Then, number one for tech, obviously Kekal Society Grinja. I don't think anyone is gonna debate over it, like, he just has the better kit. He literally has the same SA1 as Aizen, same SA2 as Kanfir and Shuhei, and even has the same SA3 as 5th Anniversary Ichigo. So other than that, very excellent tech character, and this is literally the Link Slot Potion character that we needed for tech for like the longest of time. Now up next is speed. Obviously the first one is going to be Momo, because she's garbage. She literally plays exactly like Christmas Soifon and has laceration. Yeah, she's god-awful. Next up, now fortunately compared to Tech, we already started getting better Linkslot Potion characters for speed. And the next one I'm gonna classify above has to basically be Swimsuit Retsu. Now, Retsu is very good, has weakening on everything, and even has like Beam on the SA2 and the Shave 40% mag, which is the same one that Nini has, and I believe she has Guard Break too. I could be wrong, but other than that, she's a very excellent character and even has a very strong Soul Bomb, where she even has weakened defense, and it can even heal all her team party members. But unfortunately, this character only has a 20% Berserker and nothing more than that. So there is, you know, a bit of a controversy for when it comes to using this character, but it's far from being bad, and it's still a lot better to use compared to Momo. Up next, we have this White Day Grimmjow right here, who, in my opinion, hit-wise, it's actually a lot better than Retsu because he has a lunge on the SA1, 960 in front, and the SA3 is full screen, will basically be able to hit harder than Retsu, and just, you know, be able to kill out a lot of mobs a lot more consistently, despite only having a no affiliation killer. The only issue is that this character has basically no status elements, and his special only does damage, so there's that. It can be very controversial between the two, but I decided that Grimmjow was basically the better character compared to Retsu. And then, obviously, at number 1 for speed, we have the Christmas Noel. Now, that being said, the kit is very mediocre, but because of the 80% SP buff that she has with weakening on everything and also having bombardment, this just literally makes her a much better character to use compared to all the other speed Linkslot Potion characters that we have in this list. And not to mention is a super pot character, just like this Grimmjow right here, because Grimmjow is also a Linkslot Potion character and a super pot character. But like, that's all you guys really need to know. Noel is literally that one character that defined that if you get the 80% SP buff, it doesn't matter what kind of kit you get, you will actually be able to do some very good damage numbers and do well, which is actually insane. Not to mention, she even has increased status ailment chance on her 6-star skills, meaning that she'll have a very high chance to proc weakening against hollows and no affiliation mobs. So she's insane. She's actually insane. Okay, this one is pretty easy to do. Now, we have to basically put Kisuke at the worst part, but don't get me wrong, Kisuke is a very good unit to play as, with the fact that he has like an overall total bruiser of 60% and has a lot of increased survivability. It's just that for manual playing, you're just mainly better off using an SP-based character. So I'll say that much. And up next is going to be the White Day Toshiro. Now, this character, in my opinion, he really should have gotten Havoc and a much higher Berserker, because it's very disappointing to see that in 2022, we get a unit with 20% Berserker when literally every single SP-based character that has come out so far has already had a Berserker higher of 40% with status elements, and if a unit doesn't even have status elements, then the unit just basically gets 60% Berserker. Case in point with Nierge and Fierce Battle Shuhei. So I just think that what they did for this character is stupid, and it just makes the unit completely pointless because this guy came after Fierce Battle Kisuke and Shunsui altogether, making him completely worthless to summon on. And speaking of Shunsui, easily going to go at number 1 just because of the fact that he's the better Linkslot Potion character to manual play with, just because of the fact that he has the same SA1 as Grimmjow. Now, he has the Homing Vortex, not 960 into Homing Vortex, but it's still very good to have for overall crowd control and just being able to stun lock the mobs into one place to then snipe with your SA1 and SA3. Also has the same SA3 as Grimmjow right here, so very excellent character. There's literally nothing wrong with this character other than the SA2 could have been a bit better, but like, let's be honest here, it's always going to be better than having a 50-hit Vortex or even a Crawling Vortex, because like, those are literally the worst type of strong attacks you could possibly ask for. And now hard, this is basically going to be easy, but like, Rukia first, she just lacks the amount of radius that she has, even though she basically plays similarly to Mugetsu and has the same SA3 as Shunsui, but without any type of Havoc, meaning that without the charge it's like 700 radius, and with the charge it's 900 radius. She's not a bad character. Like, for her time, she was definitely one of the better Linkslot Potion characters to use in the game, so she wasn't as disappointing. It's just that she kind of fell off as a Linkslot Potion character. Up next is Spirit Society Lisa. I do think that she's better than Rukia. She even has Havoc. Now, the unfortunate thing is literally the fact that she has a Quelling Vortex, and that's it. But other than that, good SA1 and a good SA3, 20% Berserker with Weakening and Freeze. So, not that bad. I just wish that she had double status elements instead of like one strong attack having Freeze and then the other two having Weakening and then the special having Freeze. Like, that's just very unfortunate for this character. And then at number 1, it's gonna be Nini. Nini is basically Spirit Society Lisa, but a lot better just because of the fact that she has Frenzy +2, she has Enervator, she has increased status ailment chance, and even has double killer of Soul Reaper and no affiliation killer, making her by far the best heart unit to manual play with, despite having the same kit as Lisa. Oh, and also has Guard Break, so yeah, that's that. And that is the manual tier list done and out of the way, and now let us go ahead and move on to the autoing aspect for all of the characters. Now, starting off the auto list, let's start off directly with the power characters. Now, when it comes to autoing for the power characters, Kokuto is going to be the one that will have the most in terms of the disadvantage, just because of the fact that he's a melee character, and melee SP based characters don't tend to survive for too long when autoing, especially if per se the SA1 needs to basically, you know, get close to the enemy. Now, he does have the 960 and the full screen, but he's realistically not the best for when it comes to autoing, so I'll say that much. And as for the other character that can auto a bit better than Kokuto, it pretty much has to basically be Toshiro, because at the very least he's ranged, he can freeze a lot of mobs, and he's just gonna have a bit of an easier time for when it comes to autoing. But the real autoing queen here is basically going to be Machine Society Ruruka easily. I don't think anyone can really disagree with this list, so yeah. Now, Tech, on the other hand, normally you'd think that Kenpachi would actually take the lead, but honestly speaking, he's not, because he is just that bad for when it comes to autoing. Like, having no status elements and not even having any Walking Vortex really sucks, but let's just rank the characters first. But anyways, Uryu, obviously gonna be the worst one. I have to be 100% honest. He's not really meant for autoing. He's just mainly meant for manual playing and nothing more, despite having Weakening and despite being better than Kenny, but really, it's only for manual playing. And as for the character that is gonna be better than autoing compared to Uryu, it pretty much has to be Kenpachi. Which is sad because he's really that bad for autoing. Like, just to give you guys an idea, my Kenpachi, in order to completely auto co-op IZ, he needed to be T20, max transcended, and I needed to give him last ditch survival with stamina recovery. That is pretty bad alone. Like, come on, it shouldn't be this bad for when it comes to a melee flurry based character, especially for characters that are literally meant to auto. Like, that is just terrible, honestly speaking. Now, up next, I want to say Grimmjow to an extent. That being said, he does have shorter cooldowns compared to Orihime, so I'll say that much, and also has a better kit than Orihime, but him being, you know, melee isn't exactly the best, plus the SA3, you need to basically charge it, and when it comes to autoing, he's obviously not going to charge it, he's just going to unleash it, so he's pretty mid for when it comes to autoing. So realistically speaking, the best one to auto with has to pretty much be Orihime, just because of the fact that she can heal on the second straw attack and has the team party stamina recovery, so like, this character, from when it comes to autoing, she's pretty much your go-to. Plus, she even has multi-bears, so you can pretty much get around to doing so just fine, despite being a melee character. So, yeah, that's saying a lot, even though she shares the exact same kit as Kokuto, but she's a bit safer than Kokuto, so that's basically that. And now for speed, you're still gonna go on the worst side. I'm sorry, but you're just that damn bad. And Grimmjow, he's gonna be a bit worse for when it comes to autoing, because he's melee, you need to get up close, so yeah, you guys know the drill. And then between the best one for speed, it's pretty much tied between Noel and Retsu. Now Noel, sure, you still need to get the 80% SP buff, but she still is gonna hit quite hard compared to Retsu. And Retsu, unfortunately, she doesn't heal besides the special, and let's be honest here, if you literally use any button while autoing, that's literally not considered autoing. It's really only considered that you're just gonna stop autoing and start manual playing. Like, that's just how it is. So at the end of the day, I think I'll just classify it as this. You guys may agree and disagree. Honestly, this is just how I feel, okay? Now mine, this is actually pretty easy to classify, so we're definitely going to put Toshiro at the worst one. While he does have a decent kit, he's not really meant to be autoed with, so there's that. Now Shunsui, on the other hand, he's going to be better because that SA2 is going to be very clutch. So like he's definitely going to auto just fine for when it comes to IZ, and literally still use all of his strong attacks despite having a charge SA3 that lacks radius when it comes to auto. But the real best character for Mind, it's Kisuke. Him being a ranged character with flurry, guard break, and even has barriers on the second strong attack, you cannot go wrong with this character, and he's literally meant to auto IZ like an actual king. That's how stupidly good this character is. And as for Heart, honestly, we don't really have that many differences for when it comes to all these other characters that we have gotten, so it's still going to be the same, really. Rukia still being the worst, Lisa being better than her, and Nini taking the cake just because she clearly plays just like Lisa, just that she has a lot more stuff going for her. So yeah, compared to like per se Mind, Power, and all the other attributes, Heart is kind of the one attribute for when it comes to autoing that it's going to be a bit tough to go for, since we are kind of lacking a ranged flurry character that has the Link Slot Potion skill. So there's that, and even in general, just about any flurry character that is missing the Link Slot Potion skill. But other than that, that's basically the auto tier list completely done. But now, let us go ahead and Control-Alt-Delete everything, and now we're gonna classify them from worst to best. So the worst Link Slot Potion character, Kenpachi. Following after him is Momo, next being Uruka, and then Uryu, followed up by Desert Society Rukia, and then you, with also you, and you, and you, and you, to then be followed up by you, after her being Toshiro, then Kisuke, and then Shunsui, and then the top 3 for when it comes to the overall Link Slot Potion characters, you, and you. There you guys go. This is literally the best Link Slot Potion tier that we could pretty much go for. Grimmjow being number 1 just because of the fact that he literally has the best kit out of all the Super Link Slot Potion characters, and also has Frenzy +2. Now that being said, the one drawback is that he doesn't have double killers, but the kit that he has is literally a lot better than both Nini and Noelle, so he's just gonna be an even better Link Slot Potion character to use as a whole compared to all these other characters. But that being said, Nini and Noelle are no jokes either, just because they are hard carried by their 6-star skills. Noelle having the 80% SP buff with increased status ailment chance against every single holo and no affiliation mob, while having no affiliation and holo killer, and Nini having Frenzy +2 with Enervator, while also having the same Disabler skills. The only thing that kind of really fails to top Grimmjow is literally the fact that they have some problems with their kits, and considering this is mainly based on IZ, you want to have the best possible kit in order to, you know, be able to clear out a lot of mobs. And here between Shunsui and Kisuke, it's actually very subjective, just because of the fact that Kisuke can still auto supremely well in IZ, and Shunsui is just gonna be able to manual play like the king that he is. Like, he is just no joke. And then Toshiro is just very good to use. I think there is just no problems with him. Same with Orihime, no problems with her kit. White Day Grimmjow just being a very good offensive character despite not having any status element or any supportive capabilities. Kokuto being a very good power character, Retsu being good, and Lisa having a bit of a minor nitpick considering she has the Crawling Vortex. And then these characters right here are just basically now Link Slot Potion characters to have, which can still be beneficial to have if you guys don't have the better ones, because at the very least you're going to be getting the pots, but unfortunately have all been replaced by all other better characters. And I still stand by that. Kenpachi is the worst Link Slot Potion character that we have in the game, followed by Momo, and Ruruka being slightly better, and Uryu is just okay, but like he's really not the best, and Rukia has fallen off, and Toshiro, he was just never crazy since day one. So yeah. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that wraps up the entire Link Slot Potion tier list. Now, do you guys agree or disagree with the lists? Let me know in the comment section below, because I want to know y'all takes on this, and just keep it cool. Like, at the end of the day, we can just, you know, talk things out, and it's fine. So yeah, I tried to make the lists as accurate as possible, and I think to some certain extent, I think I have actually done a good job myself. So yeah, if you guys have actually enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button, share this video with your friends and family, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already, and hit the bell notification so that way you guys are up to date with my most recent videos. This has been your boy the Dash Smasher, and I am officially signing out. Take care, lads. Peace out.